This episode of Internet Today is brought to you by Lumen Skin.
Hey, look, it's one of those stories where every single one of you message us on Twitter to say, look, guys, the idiots are at it again. And we do love that our episodes have struck a chord with so many of you, and while it is actually ridiculous that stories like the one we're about to cover keep on happening, we would gladly trade our inevitable video covering it to get back the hundreds, if not thousands of acres that were burned. So, yet here we are. Let's just get into the most submitted story of the month before we get into the second most submitted story of the month, all in one exciting episode.
Yeah, look, we've been over this countless times already. The gender reveal parties, they've got to stop. They've gotten out of hand.
The once acceptable event where you cut into a cake and you're like, look, the cake's blue.
Yeah, now they're launching like tactical nukes. You know, look, the mushroom cloud's pink. It's a girl.
America can't be trusted with anything.
Nope. Yeah, baby showers already exist. Like,
what do you need this
gender
for?
reveal parties, they're simply just another stupid excuse to get a bunch of people together to celebrate something that you've done because you're literally run out of things to pat yourself on the back for.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, you had sex. Or a doctor stuck a fucking turkey baster up you. Good job.
Yeah.
Now you know whether your child has a penis or a vagina. So you got to come up with an elaborate plan on how to reveal this knowledge to your family and friends. And you know what? Why just throw the party for just your friends and family? You want this shit to go viral.
Yeah.
You want it to be big.
Invite the internet.
Bigger than anything you've seen online.
Yeah.
Yeah. It can't just be a balloon filled with pink or blue confetti or some stupid cake with pink or blue filling. It's got to top everything you have ever seen. In person or online.
Yeah.
Because attention is what you crave.
Exactly.
The child is just a means to an end.
Which is why we've heard about so many of these gender reveal parties over the past few years. Once people got it into their heads that this could be an event that people talked about by going above and beyond the norm for surprising people with the gender of your baby, all bets were off. People started doing some seriously insane shit. Mm-hmm. Now, some of it was just stupid, resulting in minor injuries from punching, hitting, or kicking things that are meant to break open, revealing whatever color represents the baby's gender. There's lots of, videos that could be on America's Funniest Home Videos of people getting hit in the groin while trying to hit a piñata filled with confetti. Yeah, I mean, generally harmless, but still stupid. Mm-hmm. But then you start ratcheting things up and increase the danger by, getting animals involved. Like the gender reveal party where the family brought in a real-life alligator for the reveal, which of course started getting fucked with by party guests to the point where it got real aggressive. It almost bit someone's arm off. And that idea was just stupid. The alligator was there to bite into a bubble or a ball that had coloring in it.
Yeah.
Why would you do this to an alligator, first of all?
I mean, yeah.
In general,
sounds like they got what they deserved.
Let's just stop messing with live animals just in general. We should stop it. Either eat them or leave them alone, okay?
Yeah.
So
those are my two genders. Eat the animal or leave it
alone.
But, say you do want to top all of those things. You want a gender reveal party that people will talk about until your kids are having kids of their own. So what do? You blow something the fuck up. Mm-hmm. And what's better than a big, loud explosion? How do you top that? Mm-hmm. You can't. So we really shouldn't have to tell you this, but, explosions, they're dangerous. A lot of shit can go wrong, especially if you're not an expert in explosives. And
well, I fuck around and I find out. You put two and two together, you bring out the old anarchist cookbook and see what you can come up with.
Yeah.
Trial and error, it'll get you there.
You can make your own gender reveal napalm in 3 easy steps.
Yeah. No, don't say it though. We'll get in trouble.
All right. But it's out there. Yeah. Anyway, we're pretty sure that it would be hard to find an explosives expert who would be willing to blow up shit for your stupid gender reveal party. Mm-hmm. So people, they just DIY that shit. They fuck around. They do it on their own. And so far, the results have not been good. I mean, literally people have died because of shit like this, including one woman in Iowa who was struck by debris while her family was testing out different types of explosives for a gender reveal. And oops, they accidentally made a pipe bomb. So that little girl's going to grow up and be like, why don't I have a grandma?
Oh.
Well,
it's kind of your fault.
It's an interesting story.
Yeah. You blew her up.
And I don't know if there was ever any follow-up with that one, but it also sounded like it was probably going to lead to a divorce because it was the wife's mom and the husband had been the one who was all gung-ho about the bomb.
I would say that gender reveal parties going wrong is, if there's some statistics out there, I would say 90% of them end in divorce because someone's got to take the blame.
Yeah.
And someone has to act like it wasn't their idea.
Well, you're literally this is textbook born under a bad sign. This is a bad omen for this baby that hasn't even been born yet.
Yeah. There was also, of course, the famous tannerite explosion at a gender reveal party a few years back in Arizona, where a Border Patrol agent shot at a box filled with the explosive, which, it did exactly what it was supposed to do. It exploded. Just used a little too much tannerite.
Yeah.
Which is, by the way, if you Google tannerite gender reveals, I was like, oh, I remember that story. I'm going to look it up. And
There's so many.
I looked that up. You can buy tannerite gender reveal stuff on Amazon right now, still.
Tannerite exists in this weird legal loophole where...
It's legal unless you use too much of it. Just don't use too much.
Yeah, I don't really get it, but...
But that's the problem, is it's like, well, if this one bag of tannerite is pretty cool, how about 100 bags of tannerite? That's got to be...
And it's not that expensive.
No. It's just powder.
Yeah.
So, one bag or 100 bags. What's an American going to do?
Yeah.
Is that even a question?
Just buy as much as you can and just keep it in a warehouse, maybe in,
next to a port.
Yeah, next to a port. And just forget about it for a couple of years.
And just keep throwing more on the pile.
Yeah, keep throwing more on the pile.
Oh, what is that? A shipment of tannerite? Throw it on the pile.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, yes, that tannerite that was shot at, it exploded, and then obviously it quickly caught the surrounding area on fire, and that resulted in a 47,000-acre wildfire that also ran up around $8 million or more in damages.
Wow. In Arizona, of all places, a state famous for its, humidity.
Yeah.
And, its plant life being, able to withstand
now that's
heat and fire.
That's a good point, Elliot. Listen, we do live in the United States of America, and it's somewhere in the Constitution that we're allowed to blow shit up.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
But you got to do it in an area that won't catch fire.
Right.
Like the swamp.
Yeah.
That's why the South exists, to do shit like this.
The South is fine. The
Southwest.
The Southwest it's just a tinderbox.
Yes.
It's just waiting for a spark.
If you're gonna have a gender reveal party with tannerite or any other kind of explosive or incendiary device, do it in the South where it belongs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to rent an alligator. They're just
there. Anyways, now California has its own failed gender reveal party, which has had, pretty much the same result as the one in Arizona.
Thanks.
This past Saturday at a gender reveal party in the Yucaipa area of San Bernardino County, a wildfire broke out thanks to what's being reported as a smoke grenade that was used during the ceremony. And it's a real shame, too. I mean, that's a lovely area.
It is.
So it's no wonder that people would want to have an event like this there. But
beautiful area. It'd be great to just burn the whole thing down.
That's what sucks so bad about it, too. It's like, they didn't even go out to the desert and light some shit on fire out there. They went to one of the nicest areas in San Bernardino County.
Yeah. And San Bernardino County, kind of a shithole, so.
Yeah, unless you get up in the hills.
Yeah,
which is Yucaipa there.
Yeah.
So, look, they went and fucking ruined this whole area. They burned it to the ground with their stupid gender reveal bullshit during a time that they shouldn't have even been having a party in the first place.
During, the hottest
weekend.
Literally the hottest weekend on record in, 100 years.
Oh.
It hit 120 in LA County for the first time ever.
Yes.
This is wildfire season. You remember Australia 6 months ago?
Wow, those Australians sure are stupid.
What a bunch of idiots. Yeah, it's the exact same fucking conditions right now here in California.
Yes.
And you're lighting off fucking grenades. You idiot.
Yeah. So also, I guarantee they had planned this before they knew it was going to be a severe heat wave. And then at some point, I am sure that someone involved in the planning of this party said, maybe we shouldn't do it this weekend. Maybe we shouldn't. It's going to be 120 degrees. And there's already fires everywhere. Maybe we should. No, we've already got everyone coming. They've already got their alibis for why they're leaving to come to a thing during the coronavirus. But I'm pissed because now I can't go apple picking. Yeah. I was really looking forward to apple picking up in Yucaipa. It's an activity you can do socially distanced. You get your pole, and you get your apples down, and then you leave.
You can sign up to go do farm work.
Yeah.
Like a fucking city slicker.
Yeah. It's fun. You put your overalls on.
It is nice.
It is nice.
Wait,
now it's gone.
They want to come to my apple farm and pick my apples?
And they want to pay
They want to pay me for the privilege? All right, fine.
Will they squash the apples and make cider for themselves so I don't have to do it? Sure.
Sure.
I guess so.
What a grift.
Yeah.
Anyway, what has now been dubbed the El Dorado fire has so far spread to more than 10,000 acres and forced the evacuation of thousands of people. It's also been an especially difficult fire for them to extinguish because it started spreading in literally every different direction. Quote, it burned in 4 different directions since we've been here. It was pushing to the east, then to the north, and then a big westwardly wind shift, and Sunday it moved to the south. The wind has been pretty dramatically inconsistent, said Ben Holmes, a U.S. Forest Service senior firefighter on the Arroyo Grande Hot Shots team. Hot Shots team.
It's very cool sounding.
And of course, all of this while we were in literally the worst heat wave that Southern California has ever seen, with some cities reporting temperatures of 121 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 49.5 degrees Celsius for everyone else in the world.
Very hot.
It's very hot.
We've been to Abu Dhabi.
Yeah.
And Abu Dhabi, it got to like 118, 119.
Yeah. Abu Dhabi, the thing I remember the most about that is
and finally we can say, fuck you, Arizona.
Yeah.
We did it.
Abu Dhabi, I mean, they're fighting against nature and spitting in God's face, but like every place indoors there is air conditioned. It feels like you're living anywhere else.
LA is not prepared the same way Abu Dhabi is.
But Abu Dhabi, the climate control was so good that every time I stepped outside, when I had to, which was very rarely, but when I had to step outside, my glasses would immediately, like instantly fog up.
Yeah.
I'd be blinded anytime.
The worst is like you'd walk out of like, everything there is a mall. So you'd walk out of one of the malls, the sliding doors would open and it would be like 10,000 blow dryers just hitting you in the face.
It's like when your oven at home is at like 500 and you open it to check on it and it's like, it just rushes in your face.
Also, I'm, generally socially awkward, so whenever someone like waves at me or something, I just give them a thumbs up. Can't do it there.
Mm-hmm.
No, they think that means up your ass or something.
Yeah.
It's a regional dialect.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, it was that hot here.
It was.
So as of the time that we filmed this, the blaze, started by a gender reveal party, was only around 20% contained. So it has the ability to rival the Arizona wildfire, which hit like 47,000 acres. Mm-hmm. Luckily, there have been no injuries reported, although whatever our version of the koala is probably not enjoying their time up in the wilderness. I'm sure there's lots of dead animals everywhere.
Yeah.
But a damn fine piece of area here in SoCal is completely fucked for the foreseeable future. All my apples are gone.
Yep. No more apples. Sorry.
How about them apples?
These apples fucking suck.
Yeah. And the whole area.
It tastes like ash.
The whole area, like all the way to fucking LA, has been covered in a horrifying red glow because of the smoke layer.
Yeah, I came
Not to mention our own fires that have already been happening.
I stepped outside today and I'm like, is that cloud coverage? It's weird because I think
it felt like it was gonna rain today.
Yeah,
That's how thick
it's
it
like
was.
humid. Like there's such a coverage of ash in the sky that it is actually trapping moisture in a way that is very unusual here.
Oh yeah, there's been ash all over the cars on the street.
It feels very apocalyptic.
Yeah, on top of everything else. There's ash raining down.
It has cooled things off quite a bit though.
That is very nice. Thank you, gender reveal party.
Yeah.
Now, on top of everything else that's been happening here, now it's raining ash. The skies are red. The apples are burning. Mm-hmm. But back to the cause of the latest blaze, gender reveal parties. Apparently, this latest destructive result was finally the last straw for the woman credited with creating the gender reveal party craze, a blogger named Jenna Carvinitis, because after reports of the cause of the El Dorado fire started popping up online, she quickly denounced the craze that she herself started, calling for an end to gender reveal parties, saying, quote, "Oh my God, no. The fire that evacuated parts of California is from a gender reveal party. Stop it. Stop having these stupid parties. For the love of God, stop burning things down to tell everyone about your kid's penis. No one cares but you."
Damn. And that's a good reminder. Like this gender reveal stuff, it's like 5 years old. It's not. It's a very recent phenomenon. Yeah. People treat it now already like it's this age-old tradition.
It feels pretty young, Elliot, but it was started in 2008. Which was, believe it or not, 12 years ago.
Okay, 12 years. That's still,
yeah.
It's
one generation's thing they invented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barely. Mm-hmm. Half a generation. Anyway, As for us, I mean, we've been saying this shit is stupid for a very long time now, and our position on the subject hasn't changed.
Surprise.
We still think it's dumb. Mm-hmm. Sadly, it seems as though our previous tactic for initiating change no longer works, because this year, and mainly the simple action of wearing a mask, it all seems to have rendered shame a worthless action because people have been trying to shame others into wearing a mask with little to no effect. It just does not work.
So you can't shame the gender reveal people either. It's just not going to work. They've built a shield. They've built a tolerance to shame.
They're incapable of it.
Yeah.
So the only thing that we can hope happens with gender reveals is that the people who do fuck up go to jail for a very long time or face extreme financial penalties.
Yeah.
I think they should start naming the fires after the last name of the family that starts the fire.
That way everyone knows.
I mean, that's still shame, but that's some pretty serious shame.
Yeah. Although, It's just so everything's not a waste. They should definitely name the child out if it's a girl like Brittany Eldorado Thompson or something like that. At least you get something out of it. Out of the $10 million you'll have to pay to recoup all the apple tree seeds that they have to replant.
Yeah. They should put that kid to work on an apple farm.
Yeah.
Born into apple slavery.
Listen, here's a shovel. Build a corn maze.
Yeah.
We need to make money this Halloween.
Yeah. This is your fault, kid.
I wish I were never born.
No, it does suck for the kids.
Yes, it does. It definitely does.
It's just a bad omen.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter what color the smoke from their fireworks ended up being, it's just not a great way to come into the world.
Not worth it, no.
But maybe their parents shouldn't have been so careless and stupid. And the kid was probably a mistake anyway.
Yeah.
And just based off of how well the rest of these things go for these people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, who knows? This could be like some weird timeline shit where because they fucked up this early on, they didn't accidentally like leave their kid on the roof of the car or something like that.
No, they're probably going to do that too.
Okay, whatever. Anyways, we have no idea how to properly transition into an ad read from that, but well, we do have some stories about people being terrible in a few seconds after the ad read, so you have that to look forward to. Look, you should just treat yourself well, especially this year. You deserve it.
Is your skin all dry and ashy from the constant wildfires?
Yeah.
Just blazing around you constantly while the air outside is in the 110s?
Yeah, nearly unbreathable, by the way.
Sounds like you need some skincare.
And maybe a whole lot of people won't see you and be able to compliment you on how great your skin looks, but you'll know. And you'll feel even better after you try today's sponsor, Lumen. Your skin, it has needs, and if you want it to look as good as possible for as long as possible, you need to address those needs right now. And you might not know where to start, but there's a company that's taken all the guesswork out of it for you, and that is Lumen.
Lumen is on a mission to help give men the amazing skin they deserve through high-quality, expert-created products delivered right to your door. All of their products are formulated specifically for men's skin and made to target skin issues with maximum efficacy using top-notch ingredients like charcoal, green tea extract, and vitamin C.
I used some today because, as you can see, my mustache is beautiful. I'm going back to the mustache now until my wife notices. She hasn't noticed yet, obviously. But when I do shave, even when I do take the mustache off, my skin gets extremely dry and kind of flaky and looks gross. But I've been using the Lumen stuff as my skin management while I grow out this sweet stash, which will probably disappear by this weekend. Mm-hmm. I feel like she's going to notice it before too long. But it's been keeping the skin nice and soft and great right here. Yeah. On the part that isn't the mustache.
It does feel nice to actually do skincare.
Yeah, my mental health might be in the garbage, but my skin's health is doing great.
That's right. Yeah, even if you have no idea where to begin, Lumen makes it so easy to find the right skin management system for you. Choose from different skin concerns to address, or just pick up a simple starter pack for free.
You deserve to look and feel your best, and here's where you start. You go to lumenskin.com/todaydaily or click the link down below to get a 1-month free trial of everything you need to start your skincare journey at home. That is lumenskin.com/todaydaily to get your first month free. lumenskin.com/todaydaily. Check it out, use the link below. All right, now let's get back into it with yet another story that was sent to us by so many of you. And again, this is not a bit. We actually do love when you spam us with these updates and stories because it shows that you're really enjoying the show and that when things like this pop up, you are eager to show us.
Yes.
Like a cat dragging in the head of a squirrel. Look, Father, I've brought you a present. Mm-hmm. Isn't it great? But again, we would rather this type of news never pop up in the first place because it's just depressing. Yes, you've guessed it. You've guessed correctly. Mm-hmm. Sturgis was indeed a COVID-19 super spreader event.
To quite a degree.
Yes. I was very happy to put Sturgis behind me. But nope, it still lurks in the background.
Yep. Really, the 80th anniversary Sturgis really going down in history. Really making its mark.
In infamy.
Yeah. So, quote, "The Sturgis rally was one of the largest in-person gatherings since the outbreak of COVID-19 in the United States," said Joseph J. Sabia, one of the study's authors, a professor of economics and the director of the Center for Health Economics and Policy Studies at San Diego State University. He described the public health costs of the rally as substantial and widespread. He and his co-authors estimate that dealing with the fallout from the rally will involve more than $12 billion in healthcare costs.
Jesus Christ.
Great.
Yeah.
Elsewhere, estimates that were extrapolated from the provided data point out that around 250,000 of the reported cases between August 2nd and September 2nd are due to the Sturgis rally, roughly 19% of the national cases during this time frame. That is insane.
Yes, and if you happen to watch the All Gas No Brakes episode from this weekend, you'll see why that's a possibility, that this data could be correct.
Yeah, it's...
I ain't scared of no covert.
Yeah, it's not about just like not being scared of COVID. It's about like actively basically trying to just violate as many healthcare guidelines as possible.
Yes, it's like violation of healthcare guidelines bingo. And if going there, I'm sure that,
it's like, hey, don't go in that water that's full of sharks. Oh yeah, well, I'm going in the water.
Too bad.
I'm going to swim with the sharks.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I'm sure there's people that were there that took some safety precautions, but there's way too many people that weren't for this to go well at all.
Yeah.
So, there's multiple videos, not just All Gas No Brakes, of people that are just throwing caution to the wind. I watched the live stream, and I think every night I counted 1 or 2 people just wearing masks. So,
yeah,
it was bad. But hey, listen, we get it. People just want to get back to normal. And with a vaccine still looking like it probably won't be readily available to the public until sometime next year.
It's coming on election day, baby. That's why you gotta vote for Trump. He's gonna pump me full of vaccine. I
saw like the most recent scientific explanation was that June of next year, widely available.
Yeah.
Available to the elderly and healthcare workers, hopefully by the beginning of the year, January, February.
No, you have to make vaccines for the entire global population. It's gonna take fucking forever.
Yes. Anyways, that's all in addition to the general consensus from some state governments and definitely our federal government leaning towards an attempt at herd immunity, aka fuck it, we'll just give up and let's live with it and just see who survives.
Yeah.
It worked really well for Sweden, right? Ugh. Anyways.
No, it did not.
No, yeah, it didn't. And this was talked about months ago as being a bad idea.
Yeah.
But here we are. It just looks like some things are just being forced back to normal. And there can be no greater signifier as to where we are as a country than our great buffets. Now, if you can believe it, the biggest chain buffet restaurant in this great country is apparently just saying, fuck it, we're back in business, baby.
Soup Plantation's back?
No, they went out of business completely. They didn't even try. Yeah. Golden Corral, though, is back.
Oh my God.
So undo that belt buckle, tuck in that bib, and pop a few rattlers from the old heart medicine cabinet because it is time to feast, baby.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Do we even have Golden Corrals here in SoCal?
We used to. I remember seeing one. Ours was...
I've only ever seen them on the road.
We had Sizzler, which was mainly just a salad bar with some extra stuff on it.
Yeah, we got Sizzler.
Oh, and then Old Country Buffet, I think there was one here as well.
Yeah.
Or Home Country Buffet.
Boston Market. I don't know. Anyway.
Well, the South and the East Coast, they luck out. They get the Golden Corrals, they get the Shoney's, they get all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, luckily for us, one soul was brave enough to venture out into the wild and see what it's like to eat at a Golden Corral in the middle of a pandemic. And to be fair, the branding the Golden Corral is utilizing does make it seem, at least at face value, like they're attempting to somehow make things safe within their restaurants by introducing what they're calling the no-touch, all-you-can-eat buffet. Does it surprise you that the term means nothing and that everything is exactly the same as it was pre-COVID?
No, but they put it in the advertising.
No touch. I mean, except for when you're touching things.
We don't touch you.
Yeah.
Here at Golden Corral, we refuse to touch our customers.
They should just, when you walk up to the buffet, they should just be like, all right, open up. And they toss
like in a Japanese restaurant?
Yeah.
Open up your mouth. Yeah. Open up your pocket. I'll throw a shrimp into it.
I can see that working.
Sure.
But that takes skills. I don't think.
Open up the Benihana's, damn it.
Yeah. Just serve all the food at Benihana's. I'm ready for my next bite.
How is it? Scalding. It burns.
Anyways, we will admit that they do attempt to try to look as if they care, because tables, they all have little signs in them telling people not to sit there because of social distancing. But yeah, as soon as enough people show up, the eatery just grabs the signs and seats people there anyway.
Yeah.
That's enough social distancing for one day.
We got to make more business after all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got 6 months of profits to make up for here. So here's what was reported thanks to a recent guest who went to Golden Corral. This is in Business Insider.
Mm-hmm. Before entering the line to pay for my meal, I was greeted by a cautionary banner laying out the rules of Golden Corral during COVID-19.
First rule is don't tell anyone about Golden Corral.
Do not talk to the press. Yes. If you're a narc, turn around. Here's what the sign really said, though. Accompany children, follow the socially distanced floor markers, and don't move tables. There was no mentioning of face coverings, however. I stood in line and waited for my turn to pay $10.15 for my unlimited Sunday morning breakfast buffet.
It's a great deal.
It is. It then dawned on me. This wasn't a touchless buffet. In fact, it was a touch everything and act as if we're not in the middle of a once-in-a-century pandemic buffet. As I was choosing my seat in the dining area, there were barely any closed table signs to encourage social distancing. I picked a table that was next to the only closed for social distancing sign that I saw. I started my COVID Corral journey by grabbing a plate from a nearby stack that was in the wide open. There was also strange yellow spots I couldn't scrape off.
That's probably fine.
Yeah.
It continues. Next, I made my way to everyone's buffet favorite, the salad bar. While several restaurants I've been to have closed their salad bars, this one was open and proud. But hey, at least my silverware came in an individualized packet. The reporter hits up the rest of the buffet. They grab items like fried chicken and mashed potatoes, and then it continues. By this point, I just succumbed to the knowledge that we're all touching the same tongs without gloves provided and with only a few visible hand sanitizing stations. The tables behind me that had been closed off for social distancing was used to seat a family of 8.
Wow, that's a lot of people all together right next to a person who is trying to keep themselves separate from everyone.
The tour of the facility continues. They basically lay out how Golden Corral has done nothing to actually keep people safe, aside from putting up some signs suggesting that they keep a safe distance from one another. She even points out that there was a chocolate fondue fountain ready and waiting for people to use for their desserts. Where honestly and truly, we're never getting out of this until there's a vaccine. And even then, who the hell knows? Because a third of the country is going to refuse that vaccine, which, you know what? Fine. More vaccine for me.
Yeah, double me up.
Blessing in disguise.
What's going to do better? 1 bag of vaccine or 100 bags of vaccine?
Just give it all to me.
Yeah. Yeah, Trump's going to he's going to own like One American News by then if he gets voted out. And he's going to be like, do you really want to take the Biden-Harris vaccine?
Yeah. Yeah.
Of course, there's always the chance that he remains president, which is...
I'm still putting it at 50-50.
Yeah. The Vegas odds keep switching back towards 50-50.
Well, so the way people talk about these fucking polling is so stupid because national polls don't mean shit.
Yeah.
It's about electoral votes. Every election in this country comes down to like 3 or 4 states, and the 3 or 4 states that matter this time are all pretty fucking close.
Yeah. But anyways,
it could go either way.
Again, despite anyone's best efforts personally, it seems as though we as a country are not getting out of this.
No, and we don't deserve to.
Case in point, this bar in Brooklyn, which recently got busted as if it were operating during Prohibition times, except it got busted for operating during pandemic times.
They come in with an axe and break the barrels.
Yeah, the beer baron has showed up. Anyways, look, we know what you're thinking. A few people just wanted to have a beer and let themselves enjoy a shred of feeling normal, and we get it. But this wasn't just some socially distanced drinking with, I don't know, an open patio or something. This was outrageous. And also really fucking dangerous outside of the threat of COVID. Quote, authorities raided an illegal bar in Brooklyn over the weekend and found nearly 300 people inside. Among the patrons was a child, authorities said.
What?
Along with having too many people inside, the bar only had one exit if there were an emergency.
Ooh, that's bad. Station fire.
Don't let us remind you about the station fire. Do not watch the video. Anyways, to top it all off, the bar hadn't even had a liquor license for about a year, so it wouldn't have been legally allowed to serve people even if there was no such thing as the coronavirus or if they were taking precautions. I don't know what the legality in New York is right now with serving alcohol. I know my dad told me about what Florida's doing. I don't even know if you want to know. But
tell me.
Basically, in Florida currently, or at least like when I talked to him a week or two ago, he's like, okay, yeah, so the key is you have to buy something to eat in order to get a beer or something. So all the bars just started like offering like basic fried foods.
Yeah.
So like bars bought like an air fryer or like a cheap fryer, and they're like, okay, here, have some shrimp poppers or French fries. And he's like, but here's the thing, is you have to be sitting down to order. You can't just go up to the bar and stand there and drink.
Yeah.
So the bar that he goes to apparently, because my dad's fucking reckless, is they have like a chair where you go in, you sit in the chair, you order your beer and your snack, and then you get up and the next person sits in that chair and you order your beer and your snack and you get up and leave. The next person sits in that chair.
I mean, it's horrible, but I do love shit like that.
The ingenuity.
Yeah, it's like 15 years or so ago, all the bars in like, I think it was like Cologne or something, somewhere in Germany, they banned smoking in bars.
Yeah.
But there was an exception where if it was a private club and not a bar, you were still allowed to smoke. So every bar just had like a sign-up page when you showed up. And you're like, all right, here's your membership. Come on in.
Yeah.
This is, by the way, this is not a bar. This is a private club.
Yeah. Well, it was just something similar happened probably 10 or 15 years ago in Orange County where they banned foie gras. And so they were just like serving $20 or $30 slices of bread.
Yeah.
And they would give you the foie gras as like the spread for the bread.
Yeah.
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 Now that's creativity. You can.
Yeah.
Well, you don't want to get.
I mean, if this New York bar didn't want to get in trouble, they should have said they were holding a private party, and that's.
The one exit is fine.
Yeah. The only thing they were selling was tickets.
Oh yeah, that was the thing that was happening here for a while.
Yeah.
If that's how you stay open later than 2 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, yeah.
So look, we want things to get back to normal as quickly as possible too. We are losing our goddamn minds.
Yeah.
But also, you know, you can go to the park with a backpack full of beers and
It's fine.
just openly drink. I haven't had any trouble.
Everyone looks the other way.
No one's gonna give you shit for it. Like
Yeah.
it is hilarious.
Look, we get it.
Every time I go to the park, people are just chugging White Claws openly. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's a great time. As long as you don't have to take a shit.
Yeah. You don't want to use. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Apparently, the most dangerous thing you can do is take a shit in a public bathroom
Yeah.
because it just throws all the stuff in the air.
Yeah. Anyway, I know we shit all over this kind of stuff, and you know, maybe we think we enjoy it. We don't. We wish people could play it safe long enough for this to go away, so we wouldn't have to take on a substantial risk anytime that someone does anything.
Yeah.
There's a lot of businesses out there doing things right. The alfresco dining, outdoor dining style, it seems like a decent compromise as long as the tables are properly distanced.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still not comfortable with it.
Yeah, no, I haven't tried it yet, but
done it.
There's two things that I see. I see the outside dining where it's insane, like people just are crammed in like it's a normal restaurant. And then I've seen places that take it really seriously where there's 4 tables outside and the area is huge.
Yeah.
And it's like, I'm looking at it like, you know, that seems safe. That over there does not.
Right.
But like, as long as I'm not like sitting there eating and they pull out like 5 more tables like Golden Corral, like, well, more people showed up. What do you want us to do?
The more the merrier.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like 1 or 2 restaurants will fuck it up for 10 restaurants that are trying to do things right.
Yeah. Anyway.
I do like the alfresco style dining, the European.
Yeah.
They do it in Europe where you sit outside and eat. I like that.
It's nice to eat outside.
Well, not in this weather, but.
I mean, it's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, you can go to the beach. You can go hiking. You can go for a walk. I mean, vitamin D helps with hospitalization stats according to multiple studies. So get that D.
Gotta get the D.
Do it safely.
Yeah, there were the reports. I feel like the headlines should be flipped because the reports are like vitamin D deficiency means like 70% of cases that had vitamin D deficiency were the ones that ended up in hospitals and ICUs. But on the other side of that, it's like, hey, maybe you should just go outside and get some vitamin D and you would potentially...
It also kind of makes sense because you're way more likely to catch it indoors. So people who spend way more of their time indoors and not outside getting direct sunlight are going to get sick.
I mean, this is also confirmation bias for me because I go on walks all day long. So I'm like, dude, I got the D.
I'm healthy as a mule.
Exactly. Nobody's touching me.
Yeah. But, you know, for every 10 or 20 businesses doing things right, there are a few, like that bar in Brooklyn, who have the potential to just set everything back. Mm-hmm. And, again, we want this to be over with. Please, God, let it end.
Yes. And speaking of endings, that's the end of this episode. We'll be back really soon with Tech News Day because there's plenty to talk about there. Most notably, Microsoft's weird speaker box Xbox S thing leaked online.
It's odd.
Yeah, it looks like... It looks strange. It looks like a thing that would be sitting on an alien planet that we discover.
I mean, it just looks like a Bluetooth speaker.
Yeah, kind of.
Strange.
But in the meantime, check out the most recent episode of Weekly Weird News and the most recent episode of News Dump over there. And we will see you guys very soon. And now I'm sweaty again. Great.
Bye.
Bye.